Hey guys!
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Welcome back to another All Things Marriage.
We are your hosts, Derek and
Crystal.
And again, we're back.
Yes, and if you are new to the channel, we ask that you subscribe and that you like the channel. And share the content.
Right, so here on the channel, since you did the if we're new, here on this channel, we talk about love, we talk about relationship, we talk about the dating scene, we talk about marriage, all the things pertaining to marriage, the journey to it and the journey from it, if you will, right? And so this year we have a theme for the year, which is leading in excellence.
Right.
And what that means is, or what that is, as far as thematically, for the year we want our focus to be, for both our discussions and whatever events that we do, to be centered around the leadership aspects of relationship.
Right.
And what it means and what it looks like to be a leader in your relationships.
Right, absolutely. We just concluded the March of Prayers. We had Bishop Manigault from Baltimore, Minister Jamal McCullum, also from Baltimore, Maryland, Pastor Stephanie Battle from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, as well as Pastor Michael Smith. Excuse me, I had a brain fog right there. He's also from Baltimore, Maryland.
Right. So if you haven't checked out the March of Prayer series, both for this year 2023 as well as last year,
absolutely,
you can check those out on the YouTube channel. It's at the risk of sounding cliche, it's really powerful stuff.
Absolutely. You have some teaching in there.
And
you definitely have some testimonies in there.
Right.
And of course, you have prayers in there. We're covered.
So love, what are we talking about this week?
So we're talking about, because the theme is leading in excellence for 2023, we're talking about 3 ways that we lead in excellence.
Right. Okay. With that, we're going to jump right into the discussion.
Absolutely.
With 3 ways that we lead in excellence, starting with number 3. Go.
Absolutely. We're leading with vision.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're leading with vision. Sometimes as leaders, we can jump in sometimes,
right?
And we know we want something done right now, but what is the end goal?
Right.
Where are we going?
Right. What is the ultimate, like you said, the ultimate goal or the purpose behind the thing? And so when I hear leading with vision or leading from vision, if you're talking about a marriage, right, it's hard to say what's the end goal of the marriage.
Right.
And so as a husband, and even if you're not in a marriage, if you're dating, you're engaged, whatever, or just as a father, there should be something that you have in mind, whether it is a place, a stance or standing financially, emotionally, vacation destination, something that you should be working towards, and by extension wanting your relationship, your marriage, your children, your whatever the case may be, to build towards. There should be something that you're building towards, and not just an arbitrary general concept, but like, what does it look like when you achieve whatever said goal is? What does that goal look like? Like what changes in your day-to-day living once that goal has been achieved? What does that unlock for you? What are the steps to getting there?
Absolutely.
Right? That's what having a vision means, and what having a vision looks like. You can clearly define a desired outcome, and the outcome is measurable. It's is quantifiable, and therefore you can establish benchmarkers, if you will, or checkpoints to know how close you're getting, or know that you're actually getting close to that goal and you are achieving what that goal is. That, for me, that's what vision looks like.
Right. Because we can say, what's the vision for my family? I want my family to be happy. I want my kids to be secure.
Okay.
I want them to have the things I didn't have, and have the opportunity to grasp all of the things that they desire.
Right.
However, when we break those things down,
What does that mean?
what does that mean? What does that look like? What are the steps that I need to take to make sure that my family is happy?
Right.
Well, I need to probably have a stronger relationship with them. That means that I'm being intentional about the conversations that we're having. I'm intentional about the time that we're sharing together.
Right.
I'm intentional about not spending too much time doing work
Right.
or watching TV
Right.
or doing different things
Right.
that I feel as though maybe checking the box off so that they can feel secure, but I'm not
Engaging
forming,
with it.
right, I'm not engaging with it. I'm not forming those critical relationships
Right.
and memories, so that they can look back and say, yeah, I had a happy, for real, a happy and loving relationship with my family. You know what I'm saying?
And so it's kind of like, if the goal, if your vision for your family, hypothetically, and we're talking from like the position of like the father, husband, is that my family is happier. Well, that's a great goal. That's a great idea.
Right.
For your family. But what does the vision look like? Means what does happiness look like?
Right.
How do you quantify
Yeah.
happiness?
Right.
Like you said, communication. We communicate better. Okay, what is better?
Yeah.
In order for there to be a better,
Yeah.
there has to be a standard.
Right.
What does our communication look like currently?
Right.
And what can be done to improve that communication, such that I can see and the family can see and feel that lines of communication are open and clear, and then an objective for that may look like we eat dinner together and talk about our day, or we take 1 hour out of the week and we sit down and do a debrief of how was your week, was there anything troublesome, or what was really good, yada 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 yada.
Right. One of the things that I seen the other day, I can't remember if it's a family that I do know or a family that I don't know. Excuse me, guys. If this is you, then thank you. Okay.
Thank you, and maybe sorry.
Right. One of the families, they say they take turns with allowing the children to pick an activity. It is somebody we know.
Okay.
It's Tori and Jessica, our coaches.
Okay. I like how you put new business out.
Right. But they take a turn with allowing the kids to pick an activity for the entire family. And then they do that activity together. And I can't remember if it was every weekend or every week.
Or however frequent.
It is, that's how they have it. Whatever you do, however you need to do it. But it not only instills a sense of togetherness with the family, but it gives the children an opportunity to feel as though I'm a part.
Right.
I contribute
Right.
to this family and to the fun that we're having. We're not always serious. We
Yeah.
can have a good time together. I can share my vulnerability with you.
Right.
And we can just be a family and we can be happy.
Right.
And I truly believe that they have younger kids, but I truly believe that one day when those kids look back on their lives, they're going to be able to say, we had a very awesome mother and father. We had a very loving and happy life growing up.
Right.
And I feel as though that when their kids get older, they're going to have a strong bond with one another as well as with their parents.
Right. So, leading with excellence.
I feel like I just rambled, but
A little bit. 3 ways to lead in excellence. Number 2, consider who you're leading. And,
Right.
And that is what you just gave was a really, really good example of considering how to considering those who are you're leading.
So I didn't go off on a tangent.
Well, see, there's a rhyme and a reason.
I'm looking at the other camera like,
little comment.
Little comment.
But no, consider who you're leading when you're leading in excellence, right? And this is an integral piece to leadership, because oftentimes, and I say oft,
Go ahead, baby. That's the KJV.
Sure. Oftentimes what happens is we find ourselves in these leadership roles, and we have ideas about how we desire to lead or how things would be best. And part of it is about, I'm establishing a vision and yada yada. But what we do then is we create this ideal scenario independent of the thoughts, the feelings, the opinions, the backgrounds, the personalities of those who are subject to our leadership. And so we begin to enact new principles. We begin to enact new standards of operation, and those who we are leading are impacted negatively, because it doesn't necessarily fit with their personality or fit with the way that they're used to doing things, or just it doesn't necessarily fit with how they receive information and how they mature, how they grow, etc. Right. And sometimes it fits amazingly, but oftentimes it doesn't. When you don't consider those individuals.
Absolutely. It's kind of like what we've talked about before with the family structure. Leading a 5-year-old is different than leading a 19-year-old.
Right.
Two different individuals. Because who I was at 5 is not who I was at 19, and not who I am now is 34.
Right.
So you can't lead me the same way.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when we have multiple children, as well as if I have a wife and a child, I can't lead those two the same way.
Right.
I'm going to fail at something.
At one.
Somebody is not going to respond.
One, the other, or both.
Right. One is not going to respond to me. Neither one of them are going to respond to you like you need them to or want them to. Right. However, one you may have a little bit of a little bit more problems with. Okay, right. If you try to lead your wife as this 5-year-old, right. Like, why are you talking to me like that?
Right.
Because that's not how we're doing it.
And when you try to lead like the 5-year-old as the wife, or as the 15-year-old or the 25-year-old, then you instill habits and principles in them that are not conducive to their growth and to their maturation process, and you create an environment that is not helpful to you. You create an environment that is not pleasing to you, nor to the people that you are leading.
Right. Nor to the overall vision.
To the overall vision, and then everyone on the outside then gets the negative spillage from that, when you're not leading from a position or from an understanding of who it is leading. That you're leading.
Yep.
And the number one ultimate principle, rule, guideline for leading in excellence, what is it?
Is lead from service.
Yes.
Yeah, because yes, you are the leader, you are the head, as we say in the church. You are the leader. However, it like number 2 was, know who you're leading. Sometimes you have to lead by example. And lead from a place of service, so that you can receive what it is that you need, whether it's more service or a particular activity.
Right. There's a difference between a boss and a leader.
Absolutely.
A lot of people view leadership from the lens of boss.
Exactly.
And a boss is someone who gives instruction, who tells a person what to do,
Right.
who rules with an iron fist, right?
Because they see all of the things that it has to happen. This has to happen by 5. This has to happen. And so you lose some of the understanding that a leader is supposed to possess.
But what a leader does, or what a leader is that differs from a boss, a leader is one who understands the nature of the servant, understands the nature of the subordinate, and realizes that if I am to achieve the goals that have been established for the people,
right,
then it is conducive that the people believe in me as the leader.
Right.
And it is imperative that the people feel as though they are getting, and not just feel, but actually receive what they need, so that they can give back into the collective unit. Again, the biblical term, what the Bible outlines with this principle with, is the nature of a kingdom, and the fact that in order for a king to function as a king properly, he has to serve his kingdom. He has to serve the citizens of the kingdom. It is the king's job to ensure the safety of the citizens. It is the king's job to ensure the wealth of the nation. It is the king's job to ensure that the nation is fed, that the people are fed. And when the people feel safe, and the people have food in their bellies, and when the people have money in their pocket, and they feel the wealth and the riches of the kingdom, then the people will lay down their lives for the king. The people will go through insurmountable odds and do immense works of selflessness to ensure that the king and the kingdom is protected.
Absolutely.
Because they feel as though, and they experience an environment where they are thriving, and so they want to protect it. And so the people will serve the king when the king first serves the people.
Absolutely.
And the kingdom falls when the king takes all the spoils for himself. And when the king takes all the riches and all the wealth and all the food and all the safety for himself and leaves the nation impoverished. Right? And so the ultimate leader, the ultimate form of leading in excellence, is one who leads from a position of, how can I best serve the people who I am leading? How can I make sure and ensure that they have all that they need?
Absolutely.
What you got?
I have nothing.
Cool beans.
I have nothing else, because I mean it explains itself. From based on what you said. So he explained it, guys. We're leading with vision. All right, guys. That's how we're leading in excellence in 2023 and beyond. Okay, but we started with 2023. We're leading with vision. Number 2, we're leading or considering the individuals that we are leading. Okay. How can I lead the sheep if I don't have sheep? I have cows. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
All right. And number 1, lead from service.
You went back. Oh, no, you did. You're right. I'm sorry. Okay. Number 1.
I was about to say, he made me start over so we can do it like this. Now I'm telling his business to do speed bump.
Wow.
But guys, yes, so we hope that you've gotten something from this. As far as knowing how to lead in excellence. This year, if you enjoyed this session today, I keep saying session in my brain because I think I'm with my clients. I'm sorry, guys. But if you enjoyed today's conversation, please share the video, like the
Right.
video, subscribe to those that have
Right.
not, hit that bell notification so you can get all the content that we have released for this upcoming year.
Right. And tell us in the comments if you have any other ways to lead in excellence.
Right, because we don't know
Comments.
everything.
Right.
Let us know.
Yeah. These are just our first three. Maybe we'll have more three. Maybe we'll have more three.
We allowed the allowed. Thank
Right.
you, Minister Ashley.
Minister Ashley. Right. But until next time, we are your hosts, Derek and Crystal. This is All Things Marriage.
And we love you.
Peace.